Welcome back, everyone. We've gained access to a web shell hosted on the vulnerable website, and now we're going to attempt to bypass the filter in order to run arbitrary commands. Let's get started. If you want to learn more about how we've got here so far, make sure to check the previous episodes of this challenge in the description box. Otherwise, just go to the playlist penetration testing of this YouTube channel and you will find the previous episodes there. Now, in order to bypass this filter, we need to understand how it works. It's defining a whitelist so that if we try something else, it wouldn't work. So ls works, but notice that ls-ali works as well. Okay. So maybe the filter is just looking for ls to see if it's there or not. To demonstrate that, I'm just going to type less command, which is not here, and I'm going to pass in this string ls. Run, and notice that we didn't get the message saying, hey, you're a hacker and I spot you, like we've had here. Invalid command, I caught you, hacker. So it's merely a dumb filter that's verifying if a string from this list exists in our command. So in order to bypass this, there are many ways we can do that. Let's try to pipe another command like using the semicolon, run. And it says here, invalid command, I got you, hacker. And this symbol can't be used to execute multiple commands. All right, but you know, bash is very flexible and we can use other techniques to chain multiple commands. I can say echo hi, and then I can pipe it to something else like ID. So let's run that. And we indeed run the command ID. We're running this web shell as Django. Make sure to send me your payloads that you've been able to use in order to bypass the filter. There are many ways you can do that. So with that said, let's see if we can gain a shell as the user Django. So to do that, I'm just going to see if if we can create a directory under Django. So remember, we can do echo hi, and then we can pipe in any command we want. So make directory under home Django. Let's call it .ssh, and let's just copy this for further use and run. And it seems that it's working because we didn't have any error message. Now let's go to touch a file called authorized keys, and let's run it. It seems that it's working. Let's verify that we have indeed a file. I'm going to use ls in that directory called authorized keys, and yes, we have created it. So what I can do now is just use echo, and we don't need the pipe anymore because echo is whitelisted. And I'm going to paste in my public key and put it right inside the authorized keys file. And so I'm going to grab my key, which is hosted under SSH ID RSA.pub. I'm going to grab this one right here. If you want to generate your own, you can always use SSH keygen and follow the steps. It's really straightforward. All right, let's paste in that. Did we copy it correctly? It seems that it's truncated. Maybe this is related to the max length attribute imposed on the input field. And yes, we have a maximum length of 400 characters. We want to remove that. And so now if I just retry to paste in my key, hopefully it's going to get copied entirely. Yep. All right, let's run it. Perfect. It seems that it's working. Let's just verify that indeed we have copied it correctly as in the cat command, which is not blacklisted. And yes, we have the content here. So what I can do now is simply SSH using the Django user to our box, which is hosted on rootme.org. But remember, we had the port of SSH running on 23 instead of the default one. So we need to specify that. Hit enter. It's asking if we want to trust this fingerprint. Yes. And we land on the box as Django. Perfect. Do we have anything interesting here? We have the Bulldog folder, which is the folder hosting the Django website. Yep, these are the files known for Django. And so in the next episode, we're going to try our best to get root on that box and reach the objective of the challenge. Remember, we want to get root and copy or show the congratulatory message. So until next time, stay curious, keep learning, go find some bugs, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the ring bell to receive the video once it goes live.